Hello. This is the last Tuesday of the month of August, precisely August 30th. And I'm so glad I welcome you to this my channel. God has been very good to all of us. My name is Josephine, and my channel is Learn with Joes, an academy of knowledge economy. I'm your digital professor. On Tuesday like this, I teach core courses in philosophy of religion, theology, religion, proper and spiritual formation. And on Fridays, I speak on germane, trending, comprehensive issues that are very good for our existence, for our living, helping us in all spheres of life. I will love you as I want you to please love me as I love you, and check up on all my videos that I have released earlier. And you can send your comments to me through my description link or through my email, which will be always found at my description here. More importantly, kindly subscribe, share my videos, and like my page. Today, I'm starting on African metaphysics. In most Tuesdays of this month of August, I've taught on metaphysics and metaphysical issues. I started with the general introduction of what metaphysics is all about. I went into defining metaphysics from the lenses of philosophers and scholars. I taught on being, what's being, and the two-world theories. Spoke about space and time. What's space? What's time? And also, I spoke on the providence of purposive world. Today, it is African metaphysics. And I'm starting today on the meaning of African metaphysics. Before I go into the real teaching, let's join Learn with Joes. I welcome you back. And you know I love to share my PowerPoint presentations. So I'll be doing that now because as a teacher, I want you to see exactly what I'm teaching you. And I want to, if possible, if you like to, take your pen, take your paper, and jot down notes so that you will have reason to revert and let me know exactly what test you want me to teach, or if you have any questions, you can then ask me. So take your pen and take your paper and then join me as I prepare my PowerPoint presentation. African metaphysics, the meaning, that's what we are dealing with today. The word metaphysics was first used by Andronicus of Rhodes, who was then the editor of the Aristotle's work around 70 BC. It is derived from two Greek words, meta, which means after, and physica, which means physics. Brought together, it will mean that which is after physics. While Andronicus was editing Aristotle's words, he realized that some were on physics, that is physical issues, so he named them physics. He also realized that some were on non-physical matters, but without a title. Since Aristotle gave them no title, Omoregbe 2002 posits that he placed them after physics. Since he did not know what to call them, he named them after physics, metaphysics. That is metaphysical. The treatise that come after those dealing with physics, that was how the word metaphysics emerged. I said this as much in my general introduction and definition of metaphysics in my earlier videos. Eventually, it came to be understood as beyond the physical world and thus a discipline dealing with realities that lie beyond the physical world. This concept can again be misleading because metaphysics, as a branch of philosophy, studies the totality of being in its nature and structure. So Omoregbe, 2002, argues that what metaphysicians have been trying to do through the ages is give a comprehensive account of reality, its nature, structure, and the place of the human person in the universe and the totality of reality. It is an endeavor to frame a coherent, logical, necessary system of general ideas in which every element of our experience can be interpreted. That's Whitehead, 1929. In the study of metaphysics, a couple of problems have emerged. The problem of being, which I went through in one of the teachings earlier this month. The problem of essence and existence, universals, appearance and reality, change and permanence, causality, freedom and determinism, unity and diversity, and the problem of substance. Why some African philosophers have denied the possibility of such a thing as African metaphysics, or in fact, African philosophy, philosophers like Ontodij, 1955, others have attempted to prove the possibility of not just African philosophy, but African metaphysics. Hide, 1985, in his Towards an Igbo Metaphysics. Ozumba, 2004, in his Towards an African Traditional Metaphysics. Adeofe, 2004, in his Identity in African Metaphysics. Ekonla, 2006, in his Metaphysical Issues in African Philosophy. Nwachukwu Agbada, in 2008, in his The Influence of Igbo Metaphysics on the writings of Chinua Achebe, made a very substantial effort in this regard. However, his perspective on African metaphysics does not adequately capture what may be satisfactorily referred to as African metaphysics. Defining now African metaphysics, and I'm using Ozumba, 2004. African metaphysics should be seen as the African way of perceiving, interpreting, and making meaning out of interactions between beings and reality. It is the totality of the African's perception of reality. African metaphysics will therefore include systemization of as African perspective as its relation to being and its existence. That is, when you look at being, African beings and existence, then you are talking about the systemization within the African metaphysics. It will embrace the holistic conception of reality, which is appurtenance of relations, qualities, characterizations, being and its subtleties, universals, particular ideas, minds, culture, logic, morals, theories, and presuppositions. Focusing on its nature, Ozumba continues, African metaphysics is holistic and interrelated. The logic of their metaphysics underpins their standard and expectations. It is not to go with the impression that all African communities share the same standard, even though the standard is community-based. So borrowing from Quine, each community operates from a background theory that penetrates its perception and metaphysics of reality. If you see a thing other than how the community sees them, they will demean your understanding and systematize with your alienness. We tend to abstract the general orientation of the Africans in their metaphysics and general views about certain aspects of reality. Here, we adumbrate the African's perception of the following aspects of reality: personality, being, substance, causality, the morality of the soul, witchcraft, appearance, and reality. So that's what Osube said. But I'm going to continue on African metaphysics next Tuesday, by God's grace. Join me next Tuesday as I continue with African metaphysics. You are blessed. Don't forget to subscribe. Just click the subscribe button. Love you.